Over Niagara in a Barrel by Anonymous. Coffee Break Collection 25. Water. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Anita Sloma Martinez. Over Niagara in a Barrel. Remarkable feat of a woman who escaped serious injury. Mrs. Anna Edson Taylor of Bay City, Michigan, celebrated her 43rd birthday by making a successful trip over Niagara Falls in a barrel. She is the first person to attempt such a performance, and the thousands who witnessed the performance were amazed at the manner in which the barrel plunged over reef after reef in the upper rapids, rushing with the current toward the famous waterfall. Regarding the feat, Mrs. Taylor afterwards said, "I would sooner walk up to the mouth of a cannon, knowing that it was going to blow me to pieces, than to make another trip over the falls. I made it voluntarily, but I would not do it again for $1 million." The barrel in which Mrs. Taylor accomplished the feat was about 6 feet long. Attached to the bottom were heavy weights to hold it upright. Within the barrel were straps attached to the bottom, which were placed over the woman's shoulders to prevent her head from bumping against the top. Over her head, during the trip, was a pillow for further protection. On the memorable day, Mrs. Taylor and her barrel were rowed into the upper river and set adrift in a current that rapidly bore her toward the rapids. Striking the first incline of water in the rapids, the barrel took an upright position and, bobbing like a cork, moved straight for the curve of the Horseshoe Falls. A little to the Canadian side of the center of the falls, the barrel took its plunge and dropped, clouded in mist, to the lower river, a distance of 158 feet. When the desperate plunge was being taken, thousands of spectators held their breath in anxiety and suspense, everyone believing that the fall would be fatal and that another would be added to the long list of the victims of Niagara. 2 minutes after the plunging barrel had been lost in the mist of the tremendous cataract, it appeared in the seething white water below the falls. It gradually was carried by the current to the Canadian side and was hauled ashore. The top was hastily sawed off, and Mrs. Taylor was taken out. She had suffered a contusion on the right side of the head and had received numerous bruises on the body. Her nervous system had suffered a severe shock, and since then she has been afflicted with severe headaches. Exactly 50 minutes had elapsed from the time she was sent adrift until she was released from the barrel. When she reached her hotel, she broke down and wept. When she was rescued, the barrel was 1/3 filled with water. The tremendous pressure had forced the water through the air tube which connected with the small opening near the top of the barrel. Mrs. Taylor is a native of Auburn, New York. She is a graduate of the State Normal School at Albany and has taught school in Texas and more recently at Bay City, Michigan. She owns a ranch in Texas, and it was with the view of making money by exhibiting herself and her barrel and lifting a mortgage on the ranch that she made her perilous trip through Niagara Rapids. End of Over Niagara in a Barrel.